Born in 1911, August Ahlf was raised on a fruit farm in Ogden, Utah. His early life was reminiscent of frontier life, having no electricity or running water until he was 10 years old. He attended local schools, and in 1929 came to Weber College on an athletic scholarship, where he played both basketball and football under legendary coach Merlin Stevenson. It was that relationship between player and coach that influenced August for the rest of his life.
Merlin Stevenson was really a second father to me. It was he who induced me to decide to go on to college. I went to the University of Utah after I graduated from Weber. But he became a lifelong friend to me, and I did visit him a number of times. Whenever we would go to Ogden, we would always call on them, and often we stayed in their house. And when he died, something like the age of 97, his children asked me to come and provide the eulogy for him, which I did, and I was very happy to do so. But he was really a very important part of my life. It was he who induced me to go on to the university and to become an engineer.
At the height of the Depression, Augie, as he's known informally, earned a master's degree at the University of Colorado and ventured on to Wyoming to find a job with the Bureau of Reclamation.
So I went up there and showed them my diploma. They told me, well, we don't have any jobs, but come back tomorrow and we'll talk to you. So when I came back the next day, they had a job, which was a rear chainman, which is about as low a job as you can get as an engineer. So that was my beginning with the Bureau of Reclamation. Later on, I went to the chief engineer's office, and I spent about 15 years working in the chief engineer's office on the Boulder Canyon project.
Because of his experience designing huge dam projects, he was asked to move to Thailand after World War II to oversee the design engineering of the massive irrigation plan called the Chao Phraya project, which today stands as an engineering marvel and critical to the survival of millions of Thais who depend on the dam for their livelihood.
It was a great opportunity to me to travel halfway around the world and stay there for a year, so I accepted. But when I got there, I realized that they needed more than just guidance in getting started again. And so they asked me to stay, and I stayed 5.5 years and became their chief designing engineer. Designed not only the Chao Phraya project, but also other engineering projects that they had. Well, Thailand treated me very well, and when I was ready to leave, and Director General that I was working with prevailed upon the king, and the king appointed me as the commander in his Royal Order of the White Elephant. And there were not too many civilians who received that honor, so I feel quite honored that they gave me that position.
After leaving Thailand, he began working for a large engineering firm in New York, where he became involved in large projects in Iraq, helping design their irrigation systems, but was caught up in a revolution in 1958.
So I was assigned these 5 projects to design for the Development Board of Iraq. And I was there just before, during, and following the revolution of '58, when the army revolted and took over the government.
He escaped from Iraq and eventually was asked to move to Taiwan to oversee the design and construction of a large hydroelectric project.
They wanted me to be the head of the dams division, and there I conceived the idea that the dam that they were going to design was the wrong type of dam. So they were going to design a dam just like Hoover Dam, but the ratio of the span to the height was so much different that the project wouldn't really work.
Because of his expert recommendation, they avoided a potential disaster, and a safer dam was built, which continues to serve Taiwan to this day. Upon leaving Taiwan, he and his wife faced serious medical problems and decided to move to Hawaii to recuperate.
Well, I picked Hawaii because I liked it so well. Because when I would take the home leaves, generally every 2 years, we would try to schedule a round-the-world trip, and we nearly always included Hawaii because I had my friends like George Zane and Jimmy Ng, people I'd played football with. And so I always enjoyed coming here and meeting with them again. So it had a very fond spot in my heart.
Even today, he enjoys the camaraderie of George Zane, his friend of over 75 years. He finished his professional career in Hawaii, where he now resides in retirement and is still active and involved in his community. Congratulations, August Ahlf, the 2005 recipient of the Emeriti Alumni Lifetime Achievement Award. Weber State University is proud of your lifetime of accomplishment.